5 or 6 6-packs of the one I was originally going to get that I've been looking at.
I think it's at 0. Like it. Well, hold on. I don't know what we're.
No, my computer is like not happy right now. It's like frozen right now. I don't know what's going on. I haven't done anything to this. New. Encoding overloaded. Yeah, I can tell. Chris, can you hear us?
Yeah, I can hear you guys just fine.
Yeah, and you're working on the Zoom call. OBS is just having a panic attack right now.
Okay.
Come on, man.
Mine usually slows down and goes wonky when it trying to download an update.
Well, I mean, it's working on this end. Like on the
Yeah, I think like the stream itself is working.
It just.
Oop.
Yep.
Yep,
Okay, there we go.
She just got out of panic mode. All right, let me just make sure the mic's in the right mode, which it is. So.
Okay.
Turn it up.
1, 2, test.
Hello, Daniel talks loud. Daniel likes talking loud.
Oh, you don't want to turn it up too much, Brian.
I think that's probably good. All right, hello everybody. Sorry
the stream's
about that,
working
guys.
good.
Yeah.
Sorry about that, everybody. We're having some technological differences.
Yeah, we're having issues.
And
Welcome to episode 80.
80 of what?
Oh, 80 and
Episode 80.
so.
We do the Pints and Pistons thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We talk about cars and we drink beer.
And we know things about cars.
Well,
and it's the 80th episode.
We at least do. I don't know about you sometimes.
Nah, definitely not. And it's 80th episode, and it's gonna revolve
I don't know
around...
what HD is, but the doctor says I got 80 of them.
Well, hello guys.
So how you doing, Chris? Oh shit, Chris disappeared.
Chris already disappeared.
He was like, fuck this.
First he went to Georgia, now he left the stream.
Oh shit.
I just had to go get something.
Oh, there's movement. There he is.
Hi, Chris.
Hi, guys.
What's up?
So, we want to crack open this first beer that I'm like super duper duper excited about.
Well, I'm excited about this because apparently Chris, didn't get the same beer, but he got like the same style as what we were doing for this one, so we picked this one first. Well, to do first, so that way Chris can have it.
I love this, and I actually would like to keep a can.
Yes, you can keep a can.
It is hard to see. It's a Hogtown Irish Red
From Swamphead Brewery.
Brian brought us, and it's got this cool like inlaid Celtic knotwork on it and everything.
Yeah, and it's actually really hard to read the can because it's reflective and you can't see all the words at one time. So it's a woo. Okay. This is an Irish Red from Swamphead in Gainesville.
Do you want me to read it?
Yeah, if you can read it, go for it.
All right, so this is actually the Hogstown Irish Red, which Hogstown is the medieval festival that they do up there in Gainesville. So, like Hogstown itself, our Irish-style ale has a rich history. Originally created in collaboration with the Hogtown Brewers, this Irish-style red ale makes its debut each year at the Hogstown Medieval Fair,
Wow.
which I have to say we have had it in the Giant Growler, and it's really good. But this was also years ago. It makes its debut each year at the Hogstown Medieval Fair and stays around to be the proud pint raised at St. Patrick's Day celebrations around Florida. Enjoy the
perfect March is coming up.
assertive malt aroma, subtle hop flavor of Hogstown Irish Red. Here's to a cold pint and another one. Salante.
Slancha.
Well, no, I wanted to say it's fucking Salante. So, it's like a
cat.
It's the Cadillac Alante, so Salante.
Well,
you
get busy and pour your shit so we can clink on this.
So, I'm going to hold this can up that I'm drinking because I'm actually drinking a red ale as well. This is a company called Pipeworks Brewing Company out of Chicago, Illinois. And this beer is called Blood of the Unicorn.
I like that name.
Hoppy red ale. So look at the can artwork. Like it keeps popping out. Hang on. Like
Oh,
there's
dude,
so
that's
much
badass.
going on here. Hold on, let me see if I can.
I was gonna
Keeps
say
wanting to-
it's picking up your fuzzy background is what it's doing.
Yeah, it's really hard to see, but oh my god!
Easy,
like,
Dan. Pump the brakes there, buddy.
Oh, it's tasty.
It's so good.
It is good.
Tastes really good. Smells kind of funky. There's something that's hitting me. With
It's got the malt smell behind it, and it's fucking smooth.
Oh yeah,
It
it's got
is.
that wet dog smell to it.
Yeah, it's ridiculously smooth.
That's good. That's old beer smell. It's a good smell. Wow, that's fucking tasty.
Got like almost like a metallic smell, like wet metal.
Almost, yeah, yeah.
I
But
see.
then
I
it's
get
just-
wet dog,
I'm getting like.
but it tastes great.
Smooth.
It tastes
and ro-
fucking great.
It's like this. It's not like a.
wet metal.
You know, some of the Irish Reds have like a really pungent red flavor, and this
Yeah.
isn't like as pungent, which isn't necessarily a bad thing, but it's smooth.
This isn't like Diver Down.
I was gonna say it's not like Diver Down.
I was gonna say this ain't Diver Down. This ain't Right Return.
That's a good like in
It's
you're
not
in an
Rubbing
Irish
Out
bar.
Red, but
I would put this kind of with the 81 base low red.
yep.
As
So,
about
like,
where I would put
I
this
picture
one.
this like you're in a pub in Ireland and you just say, "Give me a red ale," and they just give you a red ale.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, I
I
like
see.
it.
Just give me a beer.
Yeah, just give me a beer and they give you that. That's fucking good. What do you think about yours, Chris? The blood of the unicorn.
I'm so confused. So, it's got the caramely flavor of a red ale, but it's hopped up like an IPA.
So beyond Robinaut Red.
I think I
It's
would
so
like that.
confusing because it's very hoppy, but it's delicious and it's not dry like an IPA. So it's not unpleasant like an IPA usually is, but it has some of the hints of an IPA in it, like the hoppiness of an IPA without it being so
I
unpleasant.
can
And
imagine a hoppy red.
I'm
though.
going to get
Well,
a
Roanoke
6-pack
Red
of
is
these
slightly
and bring
there.
them with
Mhm.
me.
Huh.
I'm going to have to bring these down for all y'all to try because
What's
we
the
all
ABV
seem to
on
love
it?
reds.
Yeah,
this
what's
this is different.
What's the alcohol on that one?
6%, 6.5.
That's 4.8.
Yeah, this one's
That's
4.8.
that's right around a robust red.
Yeah.
That sounds pretty fucking
This-
good.
That's a good one. I like
This
it.
is definitely something.
I dig it.
I like this one.
So, back to the 80s.
Well,
Back to the
before we even go
80s.
back to the 80s, we have some sad news in the car community, guys. Two of my favorite writers are leaving Jalopnik.
It's not going to be so bad though.
I know, but every single morning during my 5 minutes that I have before kids get there, and I'm like, I need a second. I always pull up Jalopnik, and the articles I always try to look for is
It's
anything
David Tracy and Torch.
and Torch. I always look for different type of fucking taillight shit.
Honestly, it's gotten to the point where at Jalopnik where those really were the only two that were actually worth reading.
Yes. I mean, it's gotten better. They've gotten better, but still, it was one of those.
Mercedes Streeter's a gearhead.
Yes, she's starting to do
digging her
really good.
stuff. Lewin, the Australian that they
He's
got riding
starting
for
to
him.
do good.
I'm digging some of his stuff, but a lot of the other commentators, they either don't have cars or don't even like cars.
Yeah.
What the fuck are they doing on a car blog?
I've read some that are just like, why are you even on here?
But it's one of those. They're leaving Jalopnik,
And they are starting their own deal.
which is awesome.
And guess who? Did you see who they're starting it with?
I didn't recognize the dude.
Bo Bachman is the guy that runs Galpin Autosports as part of Galpin Ford.
Oh, okay.
That's cool.
Yeah.
That's really cool, actually.
So I think it's in like another month or so is when the
Yeah,
website will
their website will go live.
what was the name of their website?
The Autotopian or something
Yeah.
like that.
And it's gonna be more, as Jalopnik was kind of like a general thing. It's gonna be more focused on, especially like engineering standpoints,
Engineering and tech stuff, and
that'd be
then
pretty
obviously there will be weird taillight things.
yeah. So
But I mean, also too, if you really look at staffing from Jalopnik, like one of the chicks went to Investors Business Daily to write car articles there.
Yep.
Steph Schrader and Kirsten Lee, I think, have ended up over on the Drive. So.
Yes, it is out. It is out here. The Mr. Clean.
Yeah.
She needs it.
Oh, it's over there.
I got it.
Oh.
Oh, Chuck, yeah. Oh, fucking Will Longarms over here. No problem.
But yeah, no, it's sad, but it's good at the same time because we're gonna get another thing. Cause also, Drive Tribe got shut down.
They're basically a YouTube only channel now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which sucks because I also liked reading.
I went to Drive Tribe once and couldn't figure out how to navigate the fucking thing. It just seemed weird.
Oh well, I would go. In
I
between
enjoyed
both of them.
the roasting of people's cars.
I
Yes.
I
enjoyed
enjoyed that.
James May roasting the shit out of Hammond shop.
That one popped up, but I haven't seen that one yet.
That one was good. It was just James May being James May.
So, well, another thing that Mike and I got to do recently is we went to Don Garlick's museum when the Seek Week gang was rolling through there.
Yep, last Thursday, and I gotta say, holy fucking horsepower!
Yeah.
Every 10 seconds the ground was shaking, and you're left
Right.
in a CTSV wagon.
And on their trailer, they had their drag tires set up on hubs with bearings, so they spun the tires on the trailer, and then they had red, white, and blue smoke bombs going off at the same time. It was
Yes.
great.
Nice.
Yeah. So the dude got out, spun the tires really quick on the back of the thing, like hit them really quick, lit off the fucking flares, and then did a trailer
And
burnout.
did trailer burnout with red, white, and blue going.
It was fucking awesome. But yeah, no, we actually got to have a conversation with the Vargas brothers, which was pretty fucking cool.
Yeah, those guys are
down to
super
earth.
nice. Kyle from 1320
Yeah.
super nice. Finnegan's cool.
Yeah, Kyle's fucking cool.
And just seeing, I mean, we got to see the Vice Grip Garages cars.
KSR Soccer Mom. The whole
Yep.
Cletus fleet was there.
Got to see Sam. Sam's fucking cool as fuck.
Sam's a national treasure.
He's fucking awesome.
But yes, it's cool that so many of these cars that you only see on the internet, well, they were all there.
Yeah, exactly. That had to be cool.
Yeah, sadly Cooper didn't make it because as we were in line for food was when we found out that he blew high end on his transmission.
Peter decided he was gonna head out.
Yeah, and the Vargas brothers were actually talking with people that were trying to pick him up and all that. So like they had to step away. They're like, "Oh, sorry," like, and like, "No, like you got to get Cooper home." So,
But also too, man, props to those guys for taking that shitbox FD with a sloppy turbo, running 11.5s all week long and making it through the whole week, no problem.
yeah, it was.
If there's one thing that the Vargas brothers have perfected, it's building a rotary that can continuously do passes without having to be stripped.
Oh
apart.
yeah,
Well, I mean,
Massive fucking burnouts with the turbo glowing in.
yeah, look at the engine in the
The
Repo.
Repu, yeah.
That thing is, how does that thing still live?
That's fucking crazy.
I have no
But
idea.
I'm excited for us to see the Booster Boys Vargas collaboration they're gonna do on the little Suzuki.
Yeah.
Oh, have you seen any progress? Actually, he hasn't been posting on YouTube. Dave Mazet, the guy who had the black 4-rotor turbo RX-7.
No, I haven't seen anything from any of that.
Well, he sold that car, and he's been doing a new build, and he's only really been posting stuff on Facebook, and I'm friends with him on Facebook, and it's going to be like a Formula, like Le Mans style race car, and it's a 5-rotor.
Oh,
Yeah, it's going to be the first ever 5-rotor. And
because we've had 4s and 6s, but never a 5.
He's had the short block assembled for quite a while, but he just finally got the body of the car that was custom forged in carbon fiber for him, and he's finally got he had something on the engine to where like it's mounted in the car now and everything, and he's going to start working on everything else. But I'm so excited to see that car. That's going to be so freaking cool, because that was his dream was peak building a unique rotary car that can compete with prototypes and
I
everything.
can't wait to see that fucking 6-rotor Cosmo when it's done.
Oh yeah,
The one
I saw that
the one on
yesterday.
Nariaro's channel.
Noriato.
Dude,
Yeah, that thing
that
looks
car
fucking
is gonna be a monster.
sick.
Yeah, that thing is wild.
I fucking love his shit. Like, forget what's the other dude? Like the American that's over there that everybody fucking.
No, I know who you're talking
I
about
can't even
too.
fucking. It's one of those. I can't
don't
even
follow-
fucking
I
remember
like-
his name.
Yeah,
Yeah, no.
Alexi's Alexi's stuff is way cooler. 'cause
Yeah,
he just goes to like
and he's just hey, here's this, like, and you're like, oh, that's fucking cool, like, woo, yeah.
And that one guy that's go over there and has got that B12 Mercedes S500 with the
fucking
with the
ignorant
$10,000
exhaust on it.
It
Yeah.
like a
Yeah.
F1 car.
Yeah.
He's over there a lot too,
yeah.
but he's got just ignorant money.
No,
Yeah.
but he lives over there. He's lived there for fucking what, since like 2005 or 4 or something like that.
Yeah, I think he was going over there at the same time that Motive Video was going over
Yeah.
there and doing like the nighttime drift videos
Yeah.
and stuff like that. So
But-
that was
yeah,
early,
but
that was like early 2000s.
Yeah, because that was when he was, I think, in college, and now he's a permanent residence there. Like, he's been a permanent residence there for a long time, and that. But yeah, no, just like this, and you look at the shop and you look at the parking lot, and everything's fucking on each other and all that, and it's like, oh yeah, just in the middle of all these fucking you got the FBs and some FCs.
Yeah,
and
here's
there's
a 6-motor
fucking
show car from Tokyo Auto Salon just
Yeah.
sitting out here on the side with everything else.
Oh, did one of you guys send me the Louisiana Rotary Collection, or did I see that somewhere else and not tell you guys?
That must have
Probably,
been
yeah, 'cause
something
I don't
that
know
you
what you're
thought
talking about.
didn't
All right,
tell
so-
us about, and you're holding out on us.
Oh, is it Louisiana or
Bastard.
Missouri? Louisiana or Missouri, one of the two states. Anyway,
So you've dropped 3 beers and you're holding out on us.
yeah,
And you tried to kill Lemmy.
I did. I'm doing bad right now. So, it was an unfortunate case of father was into cars, kids not. Father's dead, kids are selling cars now. 375 car collection, all rotary powered,
Woo.
whether they be Mazda or not.
So it had like NSUs and shit like that in
Hey,
there.
so you got some German shit in there, fucking.
Austin's,
Uh-huh.
built drag cars, and the kids are currently auctioning 75 of the cars right now, but they're planning on auctioning his full collection.
Wow.
And like they had a picture of inside one of the warehouses, and it was FBs, FCs, FDs, British cars, BMWs, just as far as you could see, Repus, everything.
All I know is, Chris, are you okay? Are you having an earthquake?
No, I'm good.
I
just
see
hit
a
a
camera
wall.
like go like that. It's like, oh shit, there's an earthquake up in Georgia, guys. Like, we're fucked.
No, he's about to drop his beer in his lip.
But yeah, that's yeah. Anyway, the 80s though. We should talk about the 80s because that's what we're doing, and I want to talk
yeah.
about some stuff from the 80s.
Oh god.
So the 80s.
Especially my favorite car from the 80s.
well,
The clothes were rad. The music was rad. The whole vibe was rad.
The cars were rad.
And the
The
cars.
racing at the time.
Oh, yeah.
well, and see, but this is why I wanted to talk about this, because it's not only just the good of the 80s, but the bad. Like, there was bad. Like, not only like styling, like there's great styling, there was bad styling, there was good, engineering, there was fucking shit engineering. There was things
basically-
that happened that were
There
awesome that we
was-
kept, and then there was stuff that were like, yeah, thank God we aren't doing that anymore.
There was collaborations that should have never been collaborated.
All I know is pop-ups still win. Thank
Yeah,
you.
for sure. Pop-ups always win.
I mean, we saw the C4 Corvette come out and was actually a full departure from the C3 and C2. It was an absolute clean sheet design, which really modernized that platform a lot.
Also, have to say people, as, I'm gonna piss so many boomers off. The Mustang is still the longest continuation of a name of the cars, not the Corvette. 83, there was not a Corvette.
There was no 83 Corvette.
Was not. It was supposed to be. There was one. It was a prototype, but it wasn't a production car.
Right.
Because they couldn't figure shit out. So it was 84. So. Ha 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 ha
They were too fucking focused on Isuzu. Let's build a car together. No. It was-
Yeah, you had Chevrolet and Isuzu, Ford and Mazda, Ford and whoever, and you had Dodge and Mitsubishi.
Ford and whoever.
Well, he
else.
had Ford and Mazda, Ford and Range Rover.
Well, that didn't come until like in
Late.
the, that was in,
It was
that
late.
was in, that was in the 90s and the 2000s.
But you had other stuff. Well, that stuff that spawned off in the 90s though from that. But
Yeah, like I said, because that was when, like I said, when Ford decided to do its luxury group with Land Rover, Jaguar, Aston Martin, Volvo.
Didn't that
And the
start in
like.
89 though?
I know they were doing some collaborations with Mazda in the late 80s.
Well,
but I think also too. I think the 80s probably held some of the best homologation cars as well.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which is one of my favorite cars is part of that. So It's my favorite car of all time, which is an 80s car, which was so far beyond its fucking time.
Oh, well, do tell.
626?
No, the 959.
Yes.
Oh, yes.
The Porsche 959. Especially, like, when you got the Comfort Edition, you got a homologation car that had, I think it was like 600-something horsepower out of it. Oh, it's like 400-something horsepower.
450, but
Yeah.
but for 1986, 1987, that
And
was a
having
lot.
an active tire pressure monitoring system.
Also
Back
with
then?
turbos that just went, we're not gonna work. We're going all the way.
Yeah, because 80s
And you're
Turbotech,
dead.
80s
And
Turbotech was sketchy at best. But I mean,
Yep.
that was the car. They originally built that car to go Group B rally racing,
Correct.
and then Group B, the FIA shut down Group B. And
So
then
what did they do?
Then they
We're
lifted
going
it
to
up.
Africa.
We're they won Dakar with the damn thing, and then they were like, well, shit, what are we gonna do with these road going cars? So they. Here we go.
Crazy. Did you see that one that sold on BAT last week?
No, how
The red
much?
one?
How much to go for?
2.1 million.
Well,
doesn't surprise
they
me.
only made what? What was it, like 300?
They made
Well,
low enough. They made a low enough number that they would not submit them for crash testing for the U.S. market.
It was from 1988 to 1989, and I want to say it was 397.
Yeah, I knew it
And
was
that came
under.
in-
It was under 500, but I believe it
And
was.
the one on Bring a Trailer, it was a kilometer car, and it only had like I think.
Well, they're all kilometer cars.
oh, that's
yeah.
right, yeah. I think it only had like 1,800 kilometers on it. It was like.
But you know, those were the cars that sort of spawned off the show and display exemption.
Well, because Bill Gates.
I believe
Bill
it
Gates
was. I
wanted
believe it was Bill Gates, Paul Allen, and Ralph Lauren
Yep.
all bought one and pestered their Congress critters and
In
we got
order
show
to get it,
display.
and that's
And
that's
I will
what
never
happened.
forget playing Need for Speed Porsche Unleashed
Yep.
and getting
Yep.
the 959.
The
Oh,
silver
my-
one.
Yes.
And just fucking going
Oh.
around.
Probably the only car that could compete with that came out at the same time 959 did. Ferrari at 40.
Yeah.
On a technical basis, the car that compete with it at the same time was the R32 GDR.
Well, yeah, but
The F40, the 959 and the F40 were completely different animals.
they were.
They weren't even
But they were both.
homologation cars.
Yeah, and they were both twin turboed fucking monsters. I mean, they were.
Yeah, like the, they're,
loved it.
Yeah, 40 meets.
dude.
Oh, dude, it's just. It's,
yeah, but there was no comfort version of an F40.
No,
they
there
were
wasn't.
all.
You basically
was
sat
a
in
race
car
car.
and had a fucking molten motor, like Jeremy Clarkson said, directly.
I was gonna say, yeah, like Jeremy Clarkson.
Yeah.
It's pure madness. But dude, like, the Porsche 959. That's just my
Well,
all-time favorite.
And then
car
you
in
go
general.
to, you look at the Countach, like, yeah, the Countach came out in, the 70s, but the 80s just completely, it went from, it went from this weird wedge
So in the 70s,
to just,
you had a Countach, but in the 80s you had a Countach on cocaine.
yeah, so much cocaine, to where they realized that and were like, you know what, we're gonna lean
into this shit.
We're gonna make the visor mirrors removable, so you can take them out and do your under nose makeup really really close
And your
to
white
nose.
Countach.
Well,
And
here's
then
how
Ferrari-
the conversation went. Like that whole the Countach conversation went. Hey, so we built this car in like the late 70s, and it's pretty cool, but it's not, it doesn't really, it's not over. And the other guy was like, well, do you want to do cocaine about it and see what we come up with? And he was like, that's a fantastic idea. And that's how we got the later iterations of that
Yeah.
Well,
car.
Chris, there is a part of your story that you're missing. At the same time and at the same party and at the same table, snorting coke off the same mirror was a couple of guys from Ferrari and say, hey, we can build a coke car too.
Mhm.
Yep.
Here comes the 512 TR.
Bingo.
It was-
Perfect.
Well,
It
those
was
guys
wrong.
overheard the Lamborghini guys having that conversation. They're like, Lamborghini's doing coke about it. We should go do coke about it.
No,
It was my shoulder
they
pads
didn't
are-
overhear them. They were both at the same. They were at the same table, snorting coke off the same mirror.
And
My
then-
shoulder pads are bigger than your shoulder pads. No, my shoulder pads are bigger than your shoulder pads.
And then on
well,
the
my
other,
white is wider than
So,
yours.
is that what spawned the Viper?
Yes.
Oh no, that was
But
heroin.
hold
I
on.
was
The
thinking
Viper
heroin or
was
meth
that
on
was
our-
no,
the
no, no,
Viper
no.
was spawned by
No.
the
Wait a minute. That was
day
Carol
after
Shelby. Those were
Hangover.
cancer medic. That was chemo that spawned the Viper.
No, I can think of it right now, like just a fucked up thought. Oh, if we did this, it sounds berserk, but if we did it,
They will come.
But there's just so much good stuff.
All
So-
the electronic suspension in the 80s.
Oh,
All of the electronic
yeah.
suspension in the 80s.
And
I'm gonna say that towards the bad.
And the digital dashes.
Now,
the digital dashes, yeah, you saw the digital dashes come along.
Well, that's when you also had the HUD, like the heads-up display, start like showing up. That was in some cars really, really good. Then in some was
active
really,
driver
really
warning system.
bad.
yes.
Like that came.
Your door is
you know what's a prime
ajar.
Bitch and
example?
Betty.
Yeah, my 300 I killed that bitch in my
The
300
the 86 Nissan Maxima.
Yeah.
A fully loaded Maxima that would tell you everything that you're doing in your car.
Yeah, so the 300ZX did that, and my girl went nuts because I had a door jamb switch go bad, and she just kept repeating, "The door is ajar. The door is ajar." And I fucking pulled the plug out of the speaker because I didn't want to listen to it anymore. And like she would just like I'd be driving down the road. She said, "Your headlights are on." Like they're not, but thank you for letting me know. And the door is ajar.
You know, you're lucky it was Bitch and Betty and not Hal 9000. Just saying.
All I can think of is Gleaming the Cube, because there was a scene in that movie where that was like a focal point. They were in some Chrysler, I can't remember what it was, but it kept, "Your door is ajar. Your door is ajar."
Baron.
Yeah,
I think
for real.
it was a LeBaron.
Fucking like the Maserati LeBaron.
Yes.
That's one of those that.
That's another
the Maserati
Coke car, but that was
TC
a
by
bad
Chrysler.
Coke car.
Remember, Chris? Remember when we got one traded in at Kia?
Yeah, that was a Coke car, but that was a Coke car where the Coke they got was cut with a lot of baking soda.
Oh no, there was a lot of baby laxative in that Coke.
Yeah.
Like they had all the baby
That shit was
laxative.
definitely stomped on.
That, but hey, talking about Chrysler though, we got the K car and we got the minivan.
the flagship.
But I mean,
K-car.
well, that was the platform that Lee Iacocca with that platform saved Chrysler.
Yeah, Lee
Yes, he
Iacocca
did.
left. Well, got told to leave Ford.
He was totally for
and
Chrysler.
went to Chrysler, and Chrysler at that point was a struggling it is now,
they ended up
a
borrowing.
struggling company.
They borrowed a lot of money from the federal government to restructure and to rebuild to keep from going
Like now.
bankrupt.
Yeah.
And the difference is that Lee Iacocca basically guaranteed that they would pay the loans back, and the K car was how they did that. They
Yep.
built everything off that platform.
Yep.
I remember I saw this stuff when I was a kid, so I remember the commercials of Lee Iacocca going out there next to an Aries K and smacking the hood and like, if you can find a better car, buy it.
Yeah.
Well, a lot of people did that, but a lot of people also bought that car and bought the other models that were based on that platform. And they did turn Chrysler around, turned it into a profitable company, and they did repay every penny of those government loans. So
And what
I
other
mean-
time could you get a fucking Chrysler Town and Country with a 4-cylinder turbo and a manual transmission?
a minivan with a 4-banger turbo
Come
and a manual
on,
transmission.
man! Like, come
Speaking
on.
of, hey, we saw one
What
last
are the-
Thursday that was on Sick
So-
Week that was running.
So there was two cars on Sick Week. There was an actual Shelby GLH that was running Sick Week, but
It broke down before coming back.
he broke that day. But there was another guy in a Plymouth Horizon,
That had a
turbo 4-banger, all
but,
done up like.
But it wasn't just a regular turbo 4-banger. He didn't have the 2.2
Wait,
turbo.
the SRT4 motor?
He had a 2.4 dual
Twin cam.
overhand
Fuck
cam.
yes.
And here's the
Turbo.
best. Here's the best part. So you know on the
But it was
GLH,
also it was a Plymouth Horizon.
it was a Plymouth Horizon. It was blue. But you know on
That's
the
like
Omnis,
The Horizon, that's like the GSX.
the Plymouth
Or
version
the
of the
CSX,
Omnis.
right?
It was the
No,
Plymouth
it's just
version
a-
of the Omnis.
Oh, yeah, okay, so the Horizon's the same thing.
Okay, so on the Shelby GLH, you had
I saw
you
that
had
on one of the
okay.
YouTube videos. I saw
So you
that
had
car.
you had the Shelby badge on the driver's side of the deck lid, and then you had the GLH decal on the passenger side of the deck lid. Well, this guy had the Horizon decal on the driver's side, and in the exact same script, he made his own decal, GLMF. Goes like,
like
a
a
motherfucker. And it was great. He was up front looking at the engine. I walked around the back of the car and I looked at it and I just started chuckling. And the dude started chuckling, and I looked at it, I was like, Mike, you got to see this. And I pointed at it, and he came around and he started chuckling. He was
And we're like, dude, this is awesome. And he's like, yeah, I always find it funny when I look at it. I'm like, dude, this is fucking great.
But I also think he was kind of surprised that we knew what the hell it meant.
Yeah.
Well, and what about, like, too, the Japanese luxury of the 80s that came in?
Hold on. Before we
Sorry.
step away from the Chrysler stuff, I have another Chrysler thing from the 80s that's very
Mitsubishi
important.
coming in with it too, and us getting
Nope.
that's how we got introduced to wonderful DSM.
Chrysler buying AMC and
True.
debuting the Jeep Cherokee.
Yeah.
Well, not even that. The AMC Eagles,
Yep.
the four-wheel
AMC
drive.
Eagle four-wheel drives, but the Jeep Cherokee
Yeah.
coming out when it did was a definitive moment in automotive history. And that was, once again, Lee Iacocca.
Yeah, and that
Yeah.
was
He
and
was
that was
the
a
one
yeah.
that saw that vehicle in development and went, we have to have it. We have
Yeah.
to buy their
That was
company
also
so
that
we
was
can
also a
have it.
car that was ahead of its time.
Yeah, most
Yes.
definitely. It was the first crossover.
Essentially a four-wheel drive station wagon.
Correct.
Right.
And I love that guy in Crystal River still has multiple and still drives them.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Like,
And you know what the fun thing is? If you find one of those and it still has the factory fog lights, those factory fog lights are the Model Charles 720s on.
really?
Yeah, they're
That's pretty sweet.
Actually, all of the Jeeps, if you look at all of the rectangular fog lights that were on Jeeps in
They're
the 80s,
Marshalls?
they were all Marshall
720s.
750s.
Oh, what a good
No,
time
the
to be
720s or 750s?
750s.
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 Good time.
Trust
to
me,
be
I rebuilt
alive.
yours.
It was a good time.
So if you ever see them and like no one's paying attention, please take them off of their Jeeps or their AMC Eagles and
They're
give them
worth
to me.
more than the whole Jeep.
Exactly.
If
But
you,
like you got but back in that time, though, you got like I'm just thinking about like the old Toyota Crowns, like in that time and
Oh,
everything
yeah.
like that. And
yeah, but we didn't get those.
I know we did.
We got the Cresta, which was the Cresta,
Camry.
which was the
Sorry.
Cresta. That's what we got. Which is cool because at that point they were still rear-wheel drive.
And they were nice cars. They really were.
You know what we got
So-
though? We got the Aerostar.
We did get the
We did
Aerostar.
get
We
the
got
motherfucking
a
Ford Aerostar.
we got a four-wheel drive,
Not everywhere got the four-wheel drive. Those things were rare as fuck.
but still you were able to get a four-wheel drive manual.
I've
Yeah,
never,
it was V6. But
I've never seen
I
one
don't
with a
believe
manual.
You could get the manual with the
I've
all-wheel
never.
drive.
I've seen
transfer.
manual Aerostars. I've only seen one four-wheel drive Aerostar
Yeah.
in my life, and that was the one that Brett's dad brought down from Pennsylvania. And when he brought it down here, the dealerships down here had no idea what the fuck it was.
really,
That's how rare those things are.
all right. Apparently that was the only. But still, you could get all that shit.
Because the only one you could get the manual was the four-cylinder.
Is that like a four wheeler?
Side by side.
Oh.
That is a side by side.
Anyway, things
Yeah.
you see on a Popka.
The sad thing about a side by side is, for about the same money, you can import an '80s K truck
For the
and
same
actually
price,
and do what he's doing legally.
Yeah.
or for the same price, you could get like 7 beater
Well-
cars and have fun in the woods with your friends.
That's true. I just want to note though that I know it wasn't the 80s, but the 90s, you know, Mazda did have the MPV all-wheel drive.
Yeah,
V6
but
manual.
that was 90s.
Just wanted to
Anyway,
say.
okay, with
Yeah,
the
but-
80s. we got 10 more episodes till we get to that, okay?
I know. Oh, I'm
Anyway.
excited for that. Sorry.
Yeah. No, but there was so much stuff. What about the bad stuff?
The Aerostar.
Immediately,
Go for it.
the Chevy Chevette.
Oh,
Those
hell.
actually came out in the '70s.
Yeah.
Well,
What
but they
about
carried
what
on.
about the '80s Chevy Nova?
oh my God.
Your mom had one.
She did. My mom had one. I remember that car. It was baby blue with plastic bumpers and steel wheels.
Well, okay, so the '80s. So you saw the Japanese building on what they had started in the '70s with engineering, fit and finish, and just an overall layout and just reliability and things like that. But honestly,
Then you had the
cars-
Americans holding on to your last grip of, but we want to be big, and it was no.
and also, that'll do.
Yeah.
But you also
See,
had
the 80s were so polarizing because you had the greatest of the great, like the Ferrari F40, the BMW M3, all the great homologation cars. But the 80s also contained the worst car ever known.
The Chevy Citation.
Nope.
The DeLorean.
Worse. Worse. You guys are not thinking big enough here. Way worse.
The Citation was voted the worst car ever made.
Yeah.
The Yugo.
That is not the worst car. That's one of the best cars. Because for Russia.
Actually, Yugoslavia, former Soviet republic.
Yes, former
At
Soviet
this point,
Hey,
Republic.
pretty,
for
pretty, pretty soon it probably will be Soviet Republic again.
Yeah, again, you're right.
The Yugo is like what the Dacia Sandero is today. That's what that's what that car was. You
The-
can buy a brand new car
For $2,100,
$3,000 out the fucking door.
But-
brand new.
but it was a copy of a Fiat that was built in a former Soviet bloc state. So
I
it
could
was
see
kind
how
of
that
it was the Kmart version of a Fiat.
You bought it, and they went, Congratulations, comrade. Here's a bottle of vodka. Now ride.
And when it breaks, hope that you can get parts.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Here's a potato. Here's a fishing rod.
Make
You do what
it
you
work,
do.
comrade. Pour vodka and carburetor.
But here's the thing. You'll probably see more Yugos on the road today than citations.
You definitely, yeah.
Because you'll get a citation
That'd
for
be
that.
My aunt had one. My Aunt Joanne, she had one, and it was brown with
Of course.
brown interior. And
Goat
With the
shit brown.
sideways radio in the
sideways
dash.
AM
How
radio.
brown can we
Thing.
make this?
Goat shit brown.
Oh, hey, well, hold on. And besides
hold on,
bad
we
thing,
got a comment. Thoughts on the Le Car?
Oh, the little Renault.
Oh, Renault.
The little Renault Le Car. Those little things.
I fucking love
There was
those.
a girl in high school that had one of those things. It got moved a lot.
Involuntarily.
But there was also a guy
Her
that
or
had
the car.
the car. But there was also a guy that had an MGB midget. It also got moved in the parking lot a
That's a
lot.
fucking Ford Ranger. Sorry.
Sorry.
Hold on, what was the other one? The Ford, was it a 19 or something like that?
What, the Festiva?
No, it was a Renault. It was a Renault Ford. It came same time as the Le Car was out too. It was a,
The Fuego.
yeah.
The
Oh, the
Fuego.
Fuego.
Bumps.
It is the no. You're thinking of the Fuego, 110%. But that makes me think about other good things like the fucking Fiat Panda. From
Oh,
the 80s.
God.
Yeah, exactly.
Pandas are amazing. Those little
and-
tiny
and-
4-wheel drive fucking 3-cylinder machine. Amazing.
Ah, they're so cute.
And they could
were.
actually go places. Like, they really could. They could go places.
Laughing going past fucking a guy in his Bronco.
Exactly.
But also, too, look what else the 80s did. The 80s did one thing for American cars thanks to Ford.
That one.
The 86 Taurus. Oh, yeah. The
Renault
Alliance.
The revolution.
The
Night-
Taurus.
So a couple things
With
happened.
3 lug nuts holding the wheels on.
So a couple things happened, though. The U.S. relaxed some of its lighting regulations. For the first time, composite headlamps were allowed. And the first car to do that was the Lincoln Mark 7. And then we also saw the Ford Taurus debut,
One of the best cars of all time.
which completely turned it. It changed automotive styling from America, because that car looked way futuristic when it came out.
Mm-hmm.
It was one of those. What the fuck was that? And you're going down the road. It was a Ford of some sort.
And then why did Ford ever make the Tempo too? Like it was like the Tempo was like the bastard stepchild of the Taurus.
Well, it was kind of like you went Escort, Tempo, Taurus, Crown Vic.
Yeah.
Shit, did we talk about the Taurus already?
Just mentioned it.
Fuck. 1986 car of the year, car and drive.
Oh gee, Billy, am I excited for this one?
Oh yeah, like I said.
But still, and then not only that, you had the show end up in the fucking 80s, and you had a wonderful 3-liter engine built by fucking Yamaha.
They'll switch
that-
off, I think.
One of the best sounding fucking V6 motors.
Of all
Okay.
time.
One of the actually the best intake runner system on a fucking car.
Yeah, I'm not good at using the lighter. I try.
I mean, you pop that
Oh,
hood
yeah, but
and
yeah.
you look at it,
And they
and
sounded glorious.
well, and the thing that made them sound
Oh, I
glorious,
smell that already.
the thing that
Wow.
made them sound glorious
Holy
is the
shit.
fact
Ooh.
it was made by
it
Yamaha.
smells how I wanted to taste. Oh, I'm
What
sorry.
did
I'm really
Yamaha
excited
do?
for this.
Made
Yep.
musical
Slow.
instruments, so
Well,
they
slow.
always.
Well, Yamaha obviously made bikes, but Yamaha had done stuff in engine development all the way back into the 60s.
I mean, hell,
They-
my first trumpet was a Yamaha trumpet.
Well, the 1967 Toyota 2000 GT,
Mm-hmm.
that engine was
Yamaha.
developed with Yamaha.
It's dark and it smells like Irish cream.
Oh, this is going to be amazing.
Oh my god, smell that, dude.
I went a different direction for my second beer.
What'd you get?
Schmoo-box.
Smoothbox.
Schmoogie box is what it's called, and it is a smoogie style ale with mango, passion fruit, key lime, and cheesecake.
That sound. Ooh.
Except for the... No, it was the hibiscus. That was the...
No, he said cheesecake though too. With key lime. You've intrigued me.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna try this. The liquor store up here
Irish
sells
cream
pint cans
see that?
in singles,
Yes.
so I grabbed
So
two
that's what we
different
got
beers.
going on now, and this shit smells amazing.
And this is from Will, who I am a big Irish cream person. I love Irish cream in any way, shape, and
Yeah,
form.
Will sent me the picture of this one, and I was like, oh, damn, that looks good.
It's from Southern Tier Brewing Company out of
New York.
Yep, Lakewood, New York.
New York.
Let's see if the New Yorkians in Lakewood know how to do Irish stuff, yeah?
God, just the glass sitting on the bar, you can smell it.
It's emanating. Yep.
Mike.
Sorry, I had.
What day is it, Mike?
Mike. What day is it?
Friday!
Yeah.
Oh, it's bad. Don't drink it.
Oh, yeah, it's terrible. Don't drink any of that.
Oh my god. I have to show you guys this because I poured this into a glass.
Oh, it
So-
tastes like
It's
marshmallows and
terrible. Don't drink
happiness,
it.
laddie.
You don't want it.
There was
You don't-
no carbonation in this
Don't make me kill you.
whatsoever. It didn't even foam up when I hard
Dan,
poured
you
it.
don't want it. You don't want it. You don't-
And it
you
is
don't
just, it looks like orange juice.
Chris, this tastes like Lucky Charms in a glass.
No,
Dude,
you don't want
I
it.
hate
It's horrible. Don't fucking drink it. No, you don't need it. You don't need it. No,
Hey.
no. Let me save you.
Oh my
He says,
fucking
let
god.
me save you.
Did we just get
Let me
Wesley Snipes?
save you.
That is the best fucking creamy stout I've ever fucking had.
It's
It tastes
Do you tell that to all the boys?
it tastes like you're going after me marshmallows, laddie. Wow, that's good.
It's like if you put
Dan,
your cream stout brings all the boys to the yard.
They're like, it ain't better than yours. Southern tier,
Hey.
you have it.
hey Dan,
Hi.
Dan, this is important. Do you remember the vape juice that used to get at that place down at Home Assassin that tasted like
Manatee milk?
crunch berries?
Oh no, Captain
Captain Crunch Berry or something
It was
like
my
that?
favorite, dude. I vaped that for like 4 years straight.
I have
Captain
to get
Crunk.
this beer for you. Captain Crunk. I have to get this beer and bring it down for you, because guess what it tastes like?
It tastes like fucking Captain Crunch.
This tastes like Captain Crunk.
Dude, we doing cereal beers? Y'all are talking dirty to me right now. Seriously. Captain Crunch, dude, and Chris,
Does
this
someone
straight
ta-
up tastes like Lucky Charms.
no, it almost tastes like a thin mint.
I get
Without
zero
the mint part.
Okay.
I
Like,
get
no joke, this
marshmallow
isn't even
and oats.
beer. This is juice.
I don't know if they did this.
I don't know how well that's coming through, but
It
it
looks
is.
like juice.
It looks like it's orange juice. It even has pulp in it.
Oh, it has floaty pulp.
It has pulp. Not like floaties. It has actual pulp.
Oh
in
my
it.
god,
And
I
I'm like,
want that. That sounds amazing.
Yes, bring a lot of it, I guess.
like I can show you on the glass.
Bring
Look,
all
it
of
has actual
Is
pulp
that an
in it.
ABC?
negative. It was like Quirks and Cakes.
Where is that?
486 and 95. Literally right there.
Right across the street from Don
Right,
Garlic.
yeah, right across the street from the Don Garland Museum.
That's
Oh, okay.
484.
Sorry.
Where's that can?
That is fucking
Also,
amazing.
let me look at Beard Frog. They might have it at Beard
Oh
Frog.
my
Yeah,
god.
Beer Frog might have it.
That is like, wow. I'm blown away by how good that is. And it's not even March, and we did 2 traditional Irish beers.
I know.
What
it's
is that
kinda-
one called? You guys are drinking?
Well, he's
Huh?
What is that one you guys are drinking called again?
Irish cream stout.
from Southern
But
Tier
it's by,
Brewing Company,
by, by
Brewing.
Southern Tier. So Southern
Okay.
Tier is
New York.
well, Southern Tier is the one that does the pumpkin and all of
Yeah,
that.
it's like
all the nitro beers that.
So yeah,
I've been
this is
having.
this one's a seasonal, and it's obviously for St. Patty's Day.
But
Yeah.
this
And he's
this
got
is
one,
the
I know he's got 1 6-pack left, and I'm about half to go back out.
Dude,
there.
that's so good.
Chris. This is the company that my brother-in-law always gives me the beers from.
You know what? I'm going to let mine warm up a little bit. I think this might be banging when it's warm, to be honest. Like, way better.
Ooh.
I don't know, but
You might be onto something here.
Yeah, I just started to think that the more I was drinking it, and like I'm already halfway through, and I was like, wait a minute. I'm thinking, yeah.
Wait, hold on, Rob. What are you saying? Ew to?
Yeah, what's ew? Because if you think the Irish cream stout's ew, it's really not. It's fucking amazing.
Bloody hell.
Bloody hell, mate.
oh, speaking of Quirks and Cakes too, Blake's has new ciders out.
Oh, really? I like Blake ciders.
They have a strawberry lemonade cider,
Ooh.
they have a raspberry cider,
Ooh.
and they have a mango habanero.
See, I've had a mango
so have
habanero
I.
beer before too,
But
and
the thing with Blake's is though, I haven't had a bad Blake's cider yet. The
Well,
caramel
no.
apple, the apple pie ones were fucking good.
Paige loves Blake ciders, so like I'm gonna have the strawberry lemonade. That's gonna be right
They
up
have
her
the
alley,
raspberry one.
and raspberry too.
Fearless is
Pulpy beer,
updated.
that just doesn't seem
No,
appealing.
okay.
What
Well,
kind of-
no,
You'd be
hold on.
surprised.
So
You'd
what-
be surprised.
What do we got in the comments over there?
Well,
That's
we're
what
talking
we're
right now.
talking So, Rob, no, like, you get, like, the Heffenweisers, you get,
Hefeweizens.
well, I call them Heffenweisers.
Heap of feasting.
Because you're wrong.
Because I'm white.
No,
See, it's
no.
right.
So are Germans. Use your fucking words.
Heap of
I got
feasting.
dark hair. I'm not blonde blue eyes, so I'm good.
Yeah, you are
Hefeweizens?
French Canadian. Yeah, you are French Canadian, so there's that.
Oh, yeah.
Well, yeah.
It's,
See what
it's,
you-
a, it's a $10 light, so, okay. But no, with them, with a lot of the unfiltered beers,
Belgian white.
they have it to where you have like the culture still in it, and you pour like 3/4 of the glass, and
Yeah,
then
there's
you
like little-
swirly
there's
swirl,
little-
and
little-
then you dump it, and it's the extra flavor that goes
And-
in.
yeah, it's,
The little
it's,
dead yeasties that are in the bottom, and it's freaking awesome.
It's flavor, and like a lot of people are scared by it and just fucking drink it. You're not gonna get a bad taste in your mouth. You're not gonna chew on it. It's gonna go right down your fucking throat, and it adds flavor.
Lots.
And like, yeah, and that's also because we're not like we've grown so far from just drinking Bud Light or something like that.
For real.
Well,
Like,
I
we
don't
really
drink
have.
Bud Light, so we're good.
Yeah.
I don't drink Bud
I
Light,
drink
actually.
shittier shit.
Nah, usually Yingling. Dude, that shit is dark.
Oh, yeah. It's insane. Motor oil. Okay with that.
I feel like I need to put a Unity ring on it.
And Imperial Sun recently, because you told me about the BOGO, so I got Mango Cart and Imperial Sun. That was nice.
See, I'm not a fan of the Imperial Sun.
I like
the,
it. Well, I like
the reason why is just with as the amount of fucking
Yeah, see,
the
I haven't-
the octane of it. It's fucking.
Yeah, I
it's
haven't tried that one yet because that was one that
It's a like a
and that's for the
9.5,
same and that's the same
10%.
reason. Every time I see it, it's like Diver Down. It's just
It's good. It's one of those. If you can take one of those tall boys and split it with somebody, it's fine. But it's really flavorful. But it hits hard.
Well, and
Not only with that, but it fills you up.
it does.
Really
so it's
good.
just heavy.
It's
Take like the
heavy.
maltiness of a red, but amplify that like tenfold.
Yeah.
Slap orange in there, and then pure alcohol, and that's what it tastes like.
It's
It-
good.
It's a
just,
big, quick
it's-
slap, and then as it's going down, you realize like, ooh, that's 9%.
Yeah. Yeah.
So it's almost like a mixed drink.
Oh,
It is.
seriously.
It tastes kind
yeah.
of like a mixed drink,
Yeah.
to be honest. It tastes like malt, orange, and liquor.
The other one that I saw today was that cocoa, the hot chocolate one.
Yeah, when you showed me the picture of that one, I was like, holy crap!
That
And
was 10%, and I was like,
Yeah.
That's
Well-
a thick boy. That's why.
Well, I
Yeah.
got that. I got the nitro in there.
that's
That
what this was like a nitro.
it's a can like this, but it's only like 8.5 ounces because of the fucking nitro in it and that. But it's that 8.5 ounces is 12.5%
yeah,
on 8.5 ounces.
yeah.
Is it smooth and fucking amazing? Yes, it is. Will that one can knock you on the ass? Yes, it will. Cause
Oh,
Sabrina had one, and
you know what else I picked up
like-
from out there?
Heh.
Terrapin Moo-Hoo.
I love anything from Terrapin, to be honest. I love every single one of their
the
beers.
six pack they had, and instead of paying, what was that, the $20 that I paid for that 4-pack of it?
I don't know.
That one time at ABC, the 6-pack for $11. I was
Yeah,
like,
and
yes, I will have this.
and even though it's like I think it's either 8 or 9% the Terrapin Luau, I still like drink that on a weekly basis. I get like a 6-pack of it. That's like one of the best orange beers I think there is, and it doesn't taste like alcohol. It tastes
I
like
really wish Terrapin would bring back the Wake and Bake oatmeal stout.
dude. The Wake and Bake was so fucking good.
That's probably one of my, it's like my top 3 fucking stouts, and that's one of them.
They also have a crypto. It's a cryo brewed one they have. It's really good. It's brewed with cryo frozen hops.
The craziest one that we had was one that we had over at Chris's when we were setting up the triple monitors on his system, and it was from Swamp Head, and it was just one of their one-off deals. It was the oatmeal raisin.
No, that wasn't a Swamp Head one. The
What
Swamp
was
Head one was the Invisibility Cloak.
That was the
which
Invisibility
an IPA that didn't taste like a fucking IPA.
Yeah, I could actually tolerate.
No,
I
it
actually
was-
that one was actually good because it didn't taste like
That
an IPA.
one was. It was.
It was an oatmeal raisin cookie stout, and it.
I actually
was,
think it was Tampa Bay Brewing Company.
it was fucking.
No, it was
witchcraft.
Swamp Head.
No, the Swamp Head one was the
Invisibility cloak.
Invisibility Cloak.
Invisibility Cloak, but that was
Wait a
also Swamp Head for the oatmeal
No,
raisin.
I have a
was gonna
list.
say- I was gonna say yes, it was Swamp Head.
I have a list.
Hang on, I'll see if I can find it.
I got pee anyway.
We got Brian's pulling up on the list, but no, that one. Oh, it. I love oatmeal raisin cookies, and you could taste the cookie, the brown sugar, the fucking raisin that you're chewing.
Yeah, it was all there.
That's how that fucking terrapin was too. It was just like literally drinking a liquefied oatmeal cookie. And I'm like, oh my god, this is the fucking best. And
It was the triple screens
Yeah,
episode because it was just me, you, and Chris.
yeah, triple monitor madness or something like that. Triple monitor, Cigar City Brewing.
It was Cigar City. Okay, that's what it was.
Cigar
Cigar
City, that's who it was.
Cigar
Yeah.
City Brewing Oatmeal Raisin Cookie Brown Ale.
Ooh,
And fucking witchcraft.
was it like a one and done for them, or
Yes,
I think so.
really?
It was the same, and
And
the Swamp Head Invisibility Cloak IPA
was
was,
the,
also
was the one and
done.
done. But that was an IPA that both me and Brian were like,
Because
we'll buy it. We will fully buy it. Like
like I said, because I mean I took a taste of it and I'm sitting there and I'm kind of not sure what my face looked like at the time, but it must have been somewhat odd because both of these two were looking at me like, what? And I'm just like,
all three of us had the same face. Like, what is this witchcraft going on here?
yeah,
Are you
like I
sure
said-
this
like I
is
said,
an
I tried it,
IPA?
and I
Like-
wasn't sure what I was actually thinking. And Mike was like, "Is it good? Is it bad?" And I'm like, "I don't want to taint your opinion. Just go with it." And it
You're
was
talking about invisibility cloak,
Yeah.
right? Yeah, that one was like an IPA that was more like a stout. It was so good.
Yeah,
it was an IPA that didn't suck.
yeah.
Yeah.
But
I'm
yeah,
good
then
at
that
those.
then that Cigar City, dude, it was just
Yeah, Dan, we did look it up
You-
in the list. It was from Cigar City.
you just
the oatmeal
you
raisin.
tasted every single fucking ingredient of a
I know.
An oatmeal raisin
yeah.
cookie.
It was just
Chris,
so good.
It wasn't beer. It was an oatmeal raisin cookie that they had
Like
liquefied
I was
Yeah.
expecting like a thing of ice
and
cream
added
afterwards.
alcohol to.
Chris, I wish you were actually here because literally sitting here, you can actually just smell the Irish cream coming off of these beers.
It's fucking ridiculous.
I'm jealous. That
And
sounds
the
amazing.
warmer it gets, the better it tastes.
It's just
But when I come back down, I'm gonna have to come down in March. We're gonna have to do if we're not doing a show that week, I'm still gonna swing by. I am going to get a 6-pack of this smoothie box because
Let me know.
this is mind blowing. Like, it's not beer; it's orange juice with alcohol in it. It's weird.
so it's a screwdriver.
make sure,
It's like a screwdriver, but
make sure
but it
I see
also
when you
tastes-
come,
Want to save one of these for
because
but
Yeah,
it also
Open
tastes
the-
like crunch berries.
One's coming
Why
out
does
big.
it taste like crunch
We're not
berries?
gonna have it.
It's so
Yeah,
weird.
one of these is coming
I
up.
don't want to miss when you come. I'm gonna be Friday the 25th. I'm gonna be out of town.
Well,
so-
hey Chris, try to come around
Really?
St. Patrick's
Really?
Day. Are your windows down?
No, just like really, come on.
Try to come around St. Patrick's Day because
Better cut
the
shit up.
12th
I like driving with the windows down.
Okay, so
or February go to March.
March
Random
4th,
ass storm.
March
rain.
12th
March 4th,
is-
and March 18th
are things,
will be Fridays that we'll be doing our deal
but
here.
The
March
25th, I'll be gone.
but March 12th is the St.
25th
Patrick's
doesn't fall on
Day
show day.
parade.
Unbrum is
I planned
gonna
it
be
that
at-
way.
It's
Well,
the
I'm
St.
coming
Patrick's
down on
Day
the
per-
20
Oh,
around
okay.
the
Where's
25th.
Celtic gonna be at Pine
12.
Street as well?
Well,
That's-
I'll be in town Saturday, but Friday the 25th, I'll be in St. Petersburg.
Oh yeah, but that's
Because
not
I'm
a show.
going.
That's not
I'm
a show
coming
date
down
for us.
for
no.
the
I'm going to
baby
concert.
shower.
Fuck yeah, man!
And it's raining.
It is now raining.
So, one last hit on the 80s. What was, because we still got a tiny bit of time because we did start late.
Yeah.
What was, we already know your favorite car,
we-
but before the 959, what was your favorite car from the 80s? Besides the 959, like, because we already did like a thing. Like, besides that, like,
Mark II Supra. I love the way those cars look.
Sorry, not sorry. The Lotus Esprit. Even though like
I mean, they're shit boxes,
First
but
or second gen. First or second gen.
no, well, see, you had
'Cause
second.
at that point,
yeah,
you had-
yeah. I mean, you're looking at S1 or S2 here.
The first gen. The
Yeah.
S1. I love the S1s. I think they look like mini Countaches.
Little bench cars.
Yeah, I love those things. I think they looked like some kind of. It honestly looked like a wedge car from a video game of that time, because that's all that you could get was like wedgy looking graphics, and
Yeah.
it really fit it, you know.
It did.
And I remember, just
But we also forgot a fairly significant car, and I'm only guessing at this because I think it was the first time an American car company had built a mid-engine production car, the Fiero.
Yeah. They
you
are.
know what?
The
Not for
Corvairs,
nothing.
the Corvairs are rear-wheel drive,
And
or
not for
rear
nothing,
engine.
the Fiero GTs with the V6s in them, they
Are
weren't that
fucking
bad.
awesome.
They were peppy, and they weren't that.
And
Besides
their
from a
styling
lot of
cues
catching
were-
on fire, but
No,
This-
that was first gens with the Iron Dukes.
yeah, well, the styling cues though, I will agree. I think the Fiero was, if you showed somebody who I wouldn't say isn't a car person, but like somebody who didn't know what a Fiero was, they probably couldn't tell you it was a domestic market car. They would
Yeah.
say it was like something Italian or something like
Especially
that.
the second gens.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
You look at
Especially
the second gens.
the Fiero GT that had the extended quarter
quarters
glass
that
that
went-
went, that went
And it was
the bunches that the kind of the bunches that went down,
through it,
on the sides of the engine cover.
Well, the Fiero as a car, it was a revolutionary car
It was.
in its own right. Because first off, I mean, all the body panels
We're plastic.
were plastic and detachable from the space frame of the car.
Yep.
That was a car that was really ahead of its time, that was killed by budget cuts.
And it did, yeah, and it didn't get enough
And it-
appreciation until now.
And it was killed by the fire problem was really an oil starvation problem that was created by an improper part application. They put the wrong dipstick in the car.
Yeah.
That was all that was.
And so
Well,
it
and-
made it to where that the oil was able to come out through the dipstick tube and go down onto the exhaust manifold and start
But
fire.
No.
but that was also an example of
No, it was
American
it was a
cars in
dipstick
the
that
80s
was
still being
short.
shit boxes that were built the way they were in the 70s, which were shit boxes.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, me and Mike love Fox body Mustangs, but
It's
they're
almost
shit,
like-
shit boxes.
It's almost like FCRX7s with fuel pressure regulators.
Right.
Yeah, it's one of those. I gotta say, like, I have to put it up there with well, besides the Fox body. I'm not gonna say that because everybody knows I love the Fox body. First gen MR2s, fucking love them.
Oh yeah.
Fucking
Especially
love
the
them.
Super-
The
Supercharged ones?
AW11
Oh, yeah.
was a fantastic car.
Yeah,
Absolutely
those little
love
things.
them.
Those little things
That
were
little
rad.
light that would pop on saying you're
You
in
know-
boost.
And not for nothing,
I'm gonna
I
die.
have a weird affliction with Nissan Stanzas.
Yes.
I don't know why, but I
Yeah.
love those things.
I have a Stanza story. So, a girl I worked
Did,
with.
did Tony Danza drive
No.
a Stanza?
No, Tony Danza did not drive Stanza. Well, he's
Damn it.
not in my story. So I
tried.
worked with a girl, and she had a Nissan Stanza. It was a baby blue, like a powder blue Nissan Stanza, blue interior, just a basic car. And she pulled into the parking lot one day, brakes were making a lot of noise. She's like, "Yeah, I got to get those fixed." And I was like, "She's like, oh, it's just expensive at the shop." So I was like, "No problem." I was like, "We'll get pads, we'll get rotors, we'll swap them out, no big deal." I said, "Brake jobs are easy; they don't have to be expensive." So I went over and did a brake job on the car, and then I went to test drive it. And as I opened up the door, I saw a giant weld seam through the A-pillar and a state-issued VIN tag riveted on said pillar. It's like, what the shit is this? And I started digging further and found this was basically the front half of a car that had been smashed in the ass, and the ass end of a car that was smashed in the front that had been cut and welded together.
And Florida don't fucking care. So yeah, that got a slap of approval right there.
Okay. I looked at this car and it did drive kind of janky. And I got back. I'm like, "Where did you get this car?" And she's like, "Oh, my dad bought it from you." I was like, "Your dad hates you."
hmm
You literally drive up there to that place though, and they're like, "All right." They look at your car. They said, "Do your lights work?" "Yeah." "You want me to turn them on?" "No, no. Do they work?" "Yeah." "All right."
The only thing you
Is
actually
everything secured on the car? "Yeah." "All right, honey.
No,
Here's
the-
you a rebuilt title."
the only thing you actually have to prove that fully works is the horn.
Yep, you have to honk the horn in line.
Here's a nice little trivia question for you. Now, this may have been updated since. I have not bothered to look, but this is one of the little factoids that crept in my brain years and years ago, and I still have to have it. What light on your dash is the only one that is required to be there?
High beam light.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's the high beam.
High beam indicator.
Yep.
High beam indicator is the only one.
You were going. Go. Before you forget, and we forget.
1983. Mercury Lynx RX.
Oh my guy! What a fucking excellent car to pick.
That I love the way they look.
Ooh.
They had what do you call the fog lights?
Marshalls.
Marshalls.
Mhm.
They had the Marshalls on
Mhm.
the front.
What a good
Well,
car.
all pretty much anything Ford Lincoln Mercury
and fucking
from basically
Euro styling.
Yep.
79
Euro
to
styling.
79, so
79 to 86.
Yep.
They had
Because
Marshall
after
750s.
well, some of the 87 Lincoln LSCs had them
Yep.
because the Mark 7 LSCs had them because they were
But
leftover
the
I
parts.
Lynx-
love with that little car, man.
Yeah, because even the
That and the EXPs, I fucking loved it.
Yeah, the
Especially the
EXPs were
the
fucking-
Frog Eye
yeah.
ones.
yeah
They're
yeah
fucking, fucking cool
the
as
first
fuck.
gen Frog Eye cars.
Well,
were
I
rad.
mean,
Dude,
your fucking
Skyhawk.
stories with it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
See?
1980 fucking Buick Skyhawk.
Oh yeah.
Toyota Starlet.
Oh gee,
Yeah.
you could just say
Hey.
names of cars and watch us all go.
Chevy Monza Spider
Chevy
Oh.
Vega GT.
with the fucking
Ooh.
spike. So you had all like
But
the
the
shit
Monza
going
was
up,
way
and
cooler.
yeah,
Yeah,
the
but the
Monza
Vegas were 70s
Spider
car.
with
Yeah,
the fucking black and orange fucking
Yeah.
spider, almost like Black Widow looking fucking spider on the
Remember when
hood.
I was a little
Like,
kid,
I mean, they were shit,
my
but
mom,
fucking cool looking.
my mom had a Spider when I was a kid. I was like 5 or 6 years old.
They're just fucking
Great.
cool looking.
Fucking louvers on the back windows.
Uh-huh.
It was just a cool fucking car. Fucking it was great. Had small fat tires in the back and little skinnies up front on the stock wheels. It looked ridiculous. But that car was fucking awesome.
The Wraith.
Yeah.
Yeah, the
It's for- it's for turbo.
Plymouth Trail Duster,
Oh yeah.
the fucking Plymouth Ram Charger, basically.
the
Mhm.
Ram Charger. Yeah.
But the way they had like the grill and the Trail Duster and
A
everything,
little bit different.
it made the whole truck look different.
I actually have a
The
green
VW
light.
the VW Rabbit Carry.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
There's actually a guy he'd say he had to rebuild the motor and it
He
finally
works
gave
at
him.
Ford.
There's a guy that works in the Ford.
The
Service Tech,
diesel one.
First Tex has a diesel Rabbit pickup.
Baby blue.
I saw him about a month ago, and he was like, the
J-Lo?
Rabbit's dead. I was like, what? He was like, I got to rebuild the engine. He's like, I'll have it up and going again, but I got to
Well,
I got to build an engine.
it had like 500,000 miles on it.
Yeah, this guy's little truck has like 500,000 miles on it. He's
And
finally
it's like,
having,
oh, I have to rebuild the motor, and we're like,
yeah.
Oh,
all right.
Well, no, we had somebody where Chris and I used to work years ago that they bought a new Kia, and then they asked if they could keep their Volkswagen Fox pickup like at the dealership for some weird undisclosed. You remember that, Chris? The brown Volkswagen Fox or Rabbit, sorry, pickup
Yeah.
truck.
Caddy.
Yeah, with the
Yeah.
caddy.
It had a color matched topper on it. It was shit brown. It had like 400 something thousand miles
It
on
was a
it,
diesel, probably.
and it was a diesel.
Diesel
And
5-speed.
they just left it like parked at our dealership for like a few months. And yeah, it had a color matched fucking striped brown truck topper on the back and everything, and it was freaking
I
sweet.
think the most insane car that I've ever fucking owned was an '86 Volkswagen Fox 2-door coupe.
Mm.
You couldn't kill that fucking thing. And then we finally got another car. We drained all the oil out of it, parked it across the street in front of my dad's house, and just put a fucking cinder block on the gas pedal, cranked it up, and just left it in neutral. And it ran for fucking about 10 minutes with no fucking oil in it before the fucking engine blew. No, there was no rev limiter or anything. It was just wide open and fucking like $7.5 grand, dude. It was like
Another 80s car that sort of came about in the 80s, the 4Runner.
Yes.
Yes.
the hard body Pathfinder.
Bingo.
Well, I have to say before we go into the Bring It trailer, the one that we saw today that was parked next to Brian's car that I saw while I was on the bus ramp this morning, and I watched it drive by, and I was like, God damn, that's a very clean car.
Yes.
An 80s, this guy has, that lives locally in that, has an 87 Buick Grand National
You eat off.
with 13,000 miles. all original.
You know what?
Big dude named Rick, and he is a cool motherfucker.
He's notably like big and
yes.
tall, correct?
Yeah.
And
I saw him
from Atlanta and all that.
Well, here's the thing. This is the
about
second time he owned that car. He owned it for several years, and then he sold it, and then he got a chance to buy it back, and he bought it back a few months ago.
I'm pretty sure I saw him the other day on 44.
Oh, yeah.
I saw
It is super clean, original paint, everything. And he was saying, he's like, I'm driving it. He's like, even if I go to 3 car shows a week and that, he's like, what, you gotta figure out how to do like 3,000 miles a year and that? He's like, I don't care. He's like, it's 3,000 miles a year. It's got 13,000 miles. So what? In 5 years, I'll have it up to 30,000 miles. Whoop-de-doo. And I was like,
no, I'm pretty
good
sure
for
I
you,
saw it
man.
because
He's like, no. And it started to drizzle. And he's like, everybody's running around trying to put up their windows and that. He's like, it's water. It'll wipe off. I'm like, sir, you have a 13,000 mile, all original Grand National, and you are sitting here with everything open.
Standards like a 100K car.
Everything open, going like it's just water.
You know, I was getting ready to leave to come here anyway, so I went and closed my hood and just put my windows up. And he's looking. He kind of looks at me. And I'm like, "Yes, water ain't gonna hurt anything." And he's like, "That's how I feel too."
Well, like I saw one. I was coming down 44 the other day towards here, and he was on the opposite side of the road, right around before racetrack by the dealership.
Yep, around there.
And I noticed, I was like, dude, that thing's clean.
Yep.
Oh yeah, it's like I said, it's
basically a brand new.
We were at the stoplight right there by the fucking, what is it, Richie's Garage.
Yeah.
The place is doing that fucking Hellcat Magnum thing. Anyway, so he was right there, and I was like, just looking at him, like, dude, it looks like
super clean.
Yeah.
And when he came off the light, he didn't spin his tires. He
But he was
slowly
getting up to
accelerated,
it.
and then he got on it. And I was like, dude, right on. And I remember he was so tall, he was almost touching the fucking, like the.
He's a big dude.
And like I was
like he's not just big, but he's
just a really big dude.
dude.
But like I said,
I think that might have been him.
Yeah, like I said, I mean,
that's funny.
But like you're gonna see a lot of 13,000 mile Grand National.
No, I hadn't seen any Grand Nationals down here for a while, and I saw that one. And when I saw the headlights,
up close. I mean,
when I saw the headlights, that was the indicator. They looked like they were still glass.
Perfect. It's
and
a
that's
very
when I
nice
noticed,
car.
And when I saw that, because like we're those type of people that when we see little things like that on a car, we know that's a low mileage, like crazy car. And everything.
Even
it
under
is.
the hood, I mean, it was immaculate.
Yeah, the
Dude,
inside.
he was ripping it, bro.
Yeah, everything on the car. Yeah, like I said,
and
like I said, just super nice, super cool dude. And
good call on letting it get a little warmer because it actually still tastes.
Yeah.
My fucking god, yes. Anyway, Bring a Trailer has to do with the 80s.
oh,
tonight.
Bring a Trailer is so fucking 80s.
All right, Chris, you ready for Bring a Trailer?
Quintessential 80s.
You said quintessential.
Hold on, do I need to get my members only jacket?
I don't know. Take a look.
Howdy!
Yes.
Definitive 80s car.
Oh.
So what we have here is a no reserve. And again, everything I do on Bring a Trailer are cars that have sold. If it was bid and didn't meet a reserve, I don't feature it. This is only a car that has actually sold. So this is a 1985 Audi Coupe GT 5-speed. It's located in Seattle, Washington. 68,000 miles shown, total mileage unknown. 2.2 liter inline 5 and
5 liter.
hang on, when it gets to the picture though, you will see this is an early generation 10 valve engine, so it's not the twin cam.
Oh, okay.
So serviceability is actually a good thing. 5-speed manual, Alpine white, marine blue cloth upholstery, 14-inch alloy wheels. AC's been converted to 134.
Don't you love the wonderful things about the 80s where, you
Right.
might have a white car, but it's not going to have, like, beige interior. It's going to have blue or red.
Look at how beautiful it is. All right, so you have access to more pictures, so I want your personal opinion. I know it says total mileage unknown, but do you think that's a true, like, 70-ish K miles, or?
Looking at everything in the interior, the bolstering.
Bolstering. You got to think about the bolstering.
That's just it. The bolstering on the seats. You look at the door handles. You look at the pull handles and the armrests.
And it looks good.
And you look. I mean, even look at the fabric on the door cards. It's not stained up.
That's gonna be
that's a
and
60.
it's,
Yeah.
Most
it's one of those that
importantly, look at the clutch pedal.
Yeah, that's just the other thing. Like I said, the pedals, the underside of the car.
like that's
that's
also
clean.
this is a car
It's
that
clean.
getting like it's not like a Fox body to where hey the bolstering on those seats and all that you can buy brand new foam for relatively easily. You can buy brand new clutch pedal. You can buy all that new
You're not
stuff.
finding a lot.
You're not finding a lot of new stuff with this. So if it's
clean.
showing that, it's it's gonna be that low of a miles. It's
I mean,
not. It's
yeah,
not
like
a
I said,
Camaro or
so-
Mustang where there's a shit ton of aftermarket parts.
Yeah.
What is that?
Pop-up and
Holy
removable
shit.
sunroof panel. It has service records, repair manuals,
The
manufacturer's
new
literature.
exhaust.
Is that a solid beam rear axle?
No, that would be some type of independent suspension because it's unless that was
No, it's a
front-wheel-
solid beam.
That was a
I was
front-wheel
gonna say,
drive one.
yeah, I was gonna say it looked like a
Yeah, it's
solid
not a
beam
quad
on the
dummy,
back.
Yeah, it's not a
axle.
Quattro. Or is it? Yeah, that's a diff back there.
No,
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 that's
that's the front.
No, it's not. It's
No.
it's a front wheel drive car.
Oh, yeah,
That
yeah,
one of
yeah.
the goofy transmissions.
Yeah, in the
Yeah,
back
that's
it looked
right.
like it looked
It's
like
a dummy
little,
axle. in the
Yeah,
back.
it's kind of like the
like my
the-
Passat was.
That's like the early Toyota Tercels.
or even
But
like
when you pop the hood, the engine sat north-south.
Oh,
but it was
my
a fr-
Passat was like
it
that.
was a
It's that.
front-wheel drive car.
Yeah, my engine was north south, but it was
Another
front
car
wheel
was
drive.
like that. The Eagle Premier was like that.
Yep.
Chrysler
Yeah.
300M.
Big old fucking V6
The-
in there. But
Even though
the
even though the
original
Plymouth, yeah,
Strat.
even though the Plymouth Prowler like had a rear wheel drive system in it, the Chrysler 300M didn't get that. I guess that was the selling point of the
Yeah.
Prowler, maybe. Anyway, sorry.
So this thing,
I don't know the market on these, but I do have a price in mind because it's a price I would actually pay for that car because I've cleaned
So
it.
subsequent services said to include converting the air conditioning system to 134A, replacement battery, spark plugs, and tires. It was offered out no reserve, obviously, with service records, repair manuals, manufacturer's literature, car cover, all the removed parts, accident-free Carfax report, and a Washington title in the seller's name.
So this thing's ready to rock, man.
I'm trying to see if there's anything else that pops out.
Yeah,
So, like I said, other pictures that were in there, there was the passenger side door handle. There was a little spot of paint peeling off the aluminum. It's got a couple little paint chips here and there, but how old the fucking thing is. And it's not a restored car or anything like that. The power antenna does not work. Left front running light lens is cracked. Some scratches on the wheels and stuff like that, but the tires, by the way, are 4 years old. And also, when the tires were replaced 4 years ago, they replaced all the wheel nuts at the same time.
Well, that's good.
13.
The removed aged bolts are included in the sale.
That's actually pretty badass that he did that, but 13, 13 solid.
It has cruise control, cassette stereo, power windows, and mirrors.
I love how the valve cover has
the
Audi
AC,
and
the AC
GW.
compressor was replaced at the same time the conversion was done. A trunk lid strut and the sun visor clips have also been replaced.
We'll probably
One of the
just,
dashboard vents has broken slats, and the reclining function on the driver's seat does not operate
dummy
properly.
rear axle.
Yeah, 13's in my mind.
15-2.
Chris?
Will,
Oh.
10-5.
7.
You put me in a bit of a conundrum here. Because the closest one has gone over. It's $9,100.
Other than me.
So you're the closest, but you went over by Price is Right rules. So that would put Chris, because he didn't go over. But we don't
Yeah.
always do Price is Right rules. So
Yeah. I mean, he was
So
the closest.
He is the closest.
I think
So yeah,
Will's
yeah.
got that one.
That car went for $91.
No.
Oh my God, you drive a
Price is Right
motorcycle.
rules. It's always Price is Right rules.
So yeah, like I said,
Will
$9,100.
overbid. So
So yeah, like I said, $9,100.
I'd
And-
pay $9K for that car. I would.
I
I'd
mean,
daily the fuck out of it.
You got to think
Because
that,
of
and,
the rarity of it. Because how often do you see them? Never.
and you got to think though. I mean, there were other
Wanted to
80s and
move and fucking
you know-
drop the clutch.
Watch
the brake.
Yeah.
there were other 80s Audis with that Quattro
Yep.
system. How hard would it be if you found one of those things in a salvage
convert?
yard to pull the parts out and convert this
Hold
to
on,
an all-wheel drive
Hold
car?
on. You're acting like it's still 1996. You ain't fucking finding one of those 80s Audis in a goddamn salvage yard anymore.
right,
It'd be amazing.
they're all
You ain't
gone.
doing that.
Or
If it was
or
the
parked
late
behind somebody's
80s,
house, or parked
yeah.
behind somebody's house.
No, if it was 89, to 94, yeah, you could find that shit in a fucking salvage yard. Now we go to the salvage yard and we're finding nothing but, 2008 Altimas.
Yeah.
Craziest thing I ever saw in a salvage yard was I was going there looking for parts for my '76 Celica, and it was the place that used to be out on Grover Cleveland,
Mm-hmm.
kind of way the hell back out in the woods out there. There was a almost looked like it's a car that could be like picked off the pile, throw some spark plugs in it, throw some fuel in it, and drive it. Was a Volvo P1800 ES coupe.
Wow.
like, I have no idea why it was at the salvage yard, but I walked around. It was sitting on top of a pile, and I walked around the whole pile looking at it, and I didn't see
Like,
any
why
visible.
are you there?
Yeah, what is that thing doing here?
Well, on that disappointing note, it's time to end the show.
Bye, guys.
All hail the 80s.
All hail the 80s.
80s rule.
Have a good